All right, so picture this. Late night, you're sneaking through the halls like a ninja,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You just need some air after a bad dream. You step outside and bam, the cold hits you. You glance up and see the first hint of dawn in the sky. And suddenly, this little act of breaking curfew,
Uh-huh.
it throws you into a world with hidden rules, dangers lurking around every corner.
That's a great way to put it.
It's what we're diving into today, exploring the world of Rose Hathaway. We've got these excerpts, first-hand accounts of this world of moroi, living vampires with elemental magic, and their protectors, the dhampirs, who are half vampire themselves.
Right.
Their lives are always on edge, and we're going to try to understand it all, the society, the bonds, the threats, all through Rose's eyes.
That's intense.
It is. So right off the bat, we see these layers of rules. Rose breaks curfew, sure, doesn't have a coat on, typical student stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's the whole sunlight thing. For moroi, that's not just a rule, it's deadly.
Oh, absolutely. Huge difference.
And it's not just some hall monitor catching her. It's Dimitri, her mentor, a guardian. And there's this energy between them. You can feel it. He uses his stop fooling around voice, and he's worried not just about the rules, but about her. He even mentions that she's changed.
Interesting. That's a big observation. Like something's different about her.
Exactly. And then, boom, right after this, Rose overhears Dimitri talking to Alberta, another guardian.
Okay.
They're being all secretive. And what Rose catches, it's a bombshell. They're talking about the possible release of Viktor Dashkov. Or no trial at all.
Whoa, that's chilling. Hearing Dashkov's name, that sends a wave of fear through everyone. Things just got real.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dashkov's not just some random bad guy. He's the one who tortured Lissa, Rose's best friend, a Moroi princess.
Right.
Tried to control her magic, this super rare spirit magic.
And that's where the whole magic system gets really fascinating. We have the typical Moroi magic, earth, air, fire, water, the element. But Lissa's magic is a whole other thing. Healing, influencing emotions. She can even bring people back from the dead.
It's insane. And that power is the reason for the shadow kiss bond between Rose and Lissa. Rose can feel Lissa's emotions, even some thoughts. All because of that car accident that killed Lissa's family. Lissa, in that raw state of grief and power, pulled Rose back from the brink of death.
Wow.
It's a heavy connection. But I wonder, what does that constant emotional mirroring do to Rose? Beyond just protecting Lissa, how does it affect her sense of self?
It's got to be a huge burden. I mean, she's not just guarding Lissa physically, right? She's carrying Lissa's emotional weight all the time.
So while they're dealing with this whole Dashkov thing, Rose gets a new assignment, a curveball.
Oh.
She's not guarding Lissa. Instead, she has to watch over Christian Ozera, Lissa's boyfriend.
Interesting.
And Eddie's guarding Lissa.
Okay, hold on. Why pull Rose away from Lissa? Especially with all this tension. Doesn't that seem counterintuitive?
Oh, Rose flips out. Lissa's her main concern, and she makes that clear. But Dimitri steps in, explains the reasoning. Rose needs to learn to guard someone she doesn't know so well.
Right, makes sense. Like broadening her skills, preparing for anything.
Yeah, but her feelings for Christian are messy. First, she disliked him. Then it was grudging respect after they fought Strigoi together.
Those are the evil vampires, just to be clear.
Yes, the baddies. But now it's just annoyance. And, Rose is sleep-deprived, on edge. And get this, she's seeing a ghost.
A ghost? Wait, like a legit ghost?
Mason. The friend who died. It's freaking her out, adding to all the stress.
It's no wonder she's a bit on edge then. Their culture doesn't exactly embrace ghosts, right?
Nope. Ghosts are for pranks and scary stories. Strigoi are the only thing that comes back after death, supposedly.
So for her to see Mason, that's like questioning everything she knows.
Totally. She's scared to tell anyone, especially Dimitri and Lissa. She doesn't want to seem crazy or weak.
I can see why she'd hesitate. But holding it in, that can't be good.
Definitely not. And talking about Dimitri, there's this thing I noticed. Rose realizes she barely knows him outside of their guardian trainee thing, even though he's like this respected guy. Everyone knows him. But no close friends. Kind of a loner.
A bit of a mystery, huh?
Totally. Meanwhile, Lissa's trying to get back to normal. She's off her meds, and her magic is already acting up.
Yeah, that's a lot to handle.
Rose wants to tell Lissa about the ghost, but how can she dump that on her right now?
I know, right? Bad timing. So what about the trial? Any news on that?
Well, Lissa doesn't get mad when Rose rants about royals, even though they're the ones holding up the trial. Christian, though, he's ready to fight. Wants to confront whoever's causing the delay. Adrian, of course, is just being sarcastic.
Classic Adrian.
Figures. You can always count on Adrian for that. It shows how different they all are.
So true. We also see how separate the Moray and dhampir dorms are, but that changes when guardians are assigned. And Christian is actually pretty chill with Rose guarding him. It's all very casual, almost like a sibling thing.
Makes sense. He trusts her. And there's this moment Christian remembers when Rose was super intense during that Alto attack. She was like in another zone, but he doesn't question it.
He feels safe with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's Adrian popping up in Rose's dreams again. This time he's wearing jeans in his grandma's garden, talking about her storm cloud aura.
Okay. Jeans in a dream. What's up with that?
I know. It's weird, right? But he's sensing her emotions, which is interesting. Like maybe he has some hidden magical ability.
I mean, he is Adrian, always full of surprises.
Back in reality, Stan, another guardian, totally calls Rose out during training. He says she's all about excitement, not strategy, putting the Moroi at risk.
Ouch.
Rose gets defensive, but she knows he has a point. And she's impulsive, for sure.
That's Rose, always jumping into things head first.
And while all this is happening, Eddie gets praised for his performance. Oh, and get this. Jesse and Ralph defend Christian being with Lissa. They say Rose thinks he's clean, no Strigoi influence. They even like that he's a rebel.
Wow. A complete 180 from those two.
Right. Christian's just like, whatever. He's not impressed.
Oh, I bet.
Then, something seemingly normal happens. Dimitri and Rose volunteer to help Father Andrew at the chapel, cleaning and stuff. But you gotta wonder, why is Dimitri there on his day off?
Yeah. Doesn't seem like Dimitri's style. He's always got a purpose.
Exactly. Then a younger student flips out when she sees Rose, recognizes her from, the whole running away and killing Strigoi thing. Goes on and on about Rose's Molnija marks, how cool they are.
Molnija marks.
The scars she got from killing Strigoi. Like badges of honor.
Right.
But Rose isn't thrilled about it. Those marks are a reminder of some pretty awful things.
Yeah, I can see that. It's not just glory, right? There's a whole lot of pain behind them.
And it becomes clear Rose wants to be in the thick of it, fighting. She really wants to see Victor get what he deserves.
Understandably, but it seems like they might not even be allowed to go to his trial.
Exactly. And it's driving everyone crazy, Christian especially. He and Rose get into this huge argument, and she knows she's out of line, but she can't stop herself.
Oh no, a fight.
Yep. But during all of this, we get a clear explanation of wards. There are these barriers Moroi make with elemental magic to protect against Strigoi.
Right, those magic shields.
Yeah. And apparently Strigoi can't touch stakes. That's like a rule. But now there's this new threat, humans working for Strigoi. They can break the wards, which is a nightmare. And they think the Strigoi Rose killed.
No.
They were leaders in this new tactic.
So things are even more dangerous now.
Big time. After the fight, Rose apologizes to Dimitri, thinking he was the one who messed up their travel plans. But he wasn't.
Strange.
So now it's a mystery. Who changed things? And why?
There's definitely something going on behind the scenes.
Then during the flight, Rose gets this crazy headache, starts seeing shadows.
Uh-oh.
Turns out it's a migraine aura.
That's not good.
And Adrian's teasing her about it, of course.
Typical.
But it shows how much pressure she's under.
No kidding. I mean, this whole situation is a pressure cooker.
Right. When they get to the royal court, it's not what they expected. They're taken to a separate building, nice but smaller. And everyone gets their own room.
Whoa, hold on. I thought guardians were supposed to stay close to their Moroi.
That's what Eddie thought, too. But Dimitri explains it's different here. They're at the court, super protected.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Lissa has all these fancy clothes, but Rose, she's used to, fighting gear. She suggests Lissa wear something simple for meeting the queen. Doesn't want her looking weak.
Smart.
And Rose kind of envies Lissa's whole makeup routine. She's never had the time or really the reason for all that. Always in the middle of some crisis.
It's true. Their lives are so different.
Lissa actually tries to encourage Rose to have some fun. Maybe something casual with Adrian. But Rose knows Adrian isn't into anything serious.
Yeah, Adrian's a free spirit.
Lissa's also still trying to find other Moroi with spirit magic. It bothers her that Priscilla wants to use her healing magic for everything.
It's like she doesn't understand the responsibility that comes with it.
Rose decides to explore the court a bit. And guess who she runs into? Christian and Eddie talking to Mia Rinaldi.
Wait, Mia? Lissa's old enemy.
Yeah. But Rose doesn't seem that bothered by it, which is weird. Like maybe things have changed between them.
Interesting. People can surprise you.
Then Christian goes off the deep end. Thinks Adrian used his family connections to get Lissa released for the trial. Lissa's furious that he doesn't trust her, and Christian is totally jealous of Adrian.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Adrian says he did it for everyone, especially Lissa, which I actually believe him.
Me too.
Yeah.
Adrian's got his flaws, but he does care.
Yeah, deep down. And then this weird thing happens. Rose and Adrian have this little argument, all playful, and then Rose hugs him.
Whoa, really? That's not Rose.
And she even mentions how there's no crazy electricity with him like she feels with Dmitri. It's like an acknowledgement of something.
Wow, like she's sorting out her feelings.
Meanwhile, at the trial, Victor's talking to his lawyer, bad-mouthing the royal council, calling their traditions archaic, complaining they can't fight, even questioning what dhampirs are good for. It's pretty intense.
So he's basically saying the Moroi need to change.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder, is he just trying to manipulate everyone? Or is there some truth to what he's saying?
That's a good question. There's always more to the story.
Then Dmitri gets all serious, tells Rose he'd do anything to protect her. But he's not happy when she jokes about killing Victor.
Dimitri's protective of her, but he's got a strong moral compass, too.
Right. Then Rose, Dmitri, and Christian give their testimonies at the trial. And Rose lies.
She lies. About what?
Remembers that lust charm, the one that messed with her emotions. She doesn't mention it.
Oh, wow.
And Victor knows. He gives her this smirk like he's got this hold over her, and Dmitri too. It's creepy.
That guy is so unsettling.
Victor tries to justify everything. Says he was dying, no one would let him experiment with Lissa's powers, and his lawyer is horrified that he turned his own daughter into a Strigoi.
Yeah, that's just evil.
And they explain how Strigoi are made. It's this blood exchange, and they lose all humanity.
It's a terrifying thought, to become a monster like that.
After the trial, Adrian checks on Rose. They're all flirty, which, I don't know, seems weird after everything.
I guess it's their way of coping.
Maybe. And then Priscilla tells Lissa that the queen wants a private meeting.
Oh, that can't be good.
It's not. The queen basically attacks Rose,
Happy.
brings up her past, her awards, threatens to separate her from Lissa.
Whoa. That's harsh.
Rose is terrified, tries to smooth things over, denies anything's going on with Adrian. But the queen's not buying it. She thinks Christian's not good enough for Lissa.
Because of his family, right?
Yeah. And then she hints about her own relationship with Ambrose, another royal.
Okay, so there's definitely something going on there.
Then we see Lissa and Adrian practicing spirit magic. Rhonda's there, but she can't sense anything. Lissa's disappointed.
It's got to be frustrating, like trying to understand something so elusive.
On the flight back, Dimitri's super quiet. And Rose just breaks down. She tells Dmitri and Dr. Olensky about seeing Mason.
Wow. She finally told them.
Dimitri's first reaction is disbelief. He's worried about her mental state, thinks she's cracking under pressure. Rose explains she was afraid to tell anyone because she didn't want to seem crazy.
Poor Rose.
Dmitri finally says he believes she's not crazy, just been through a lot.
It's a big step.
So they talk about possible explanations, stress, trauma, the bond with Lissa. But Rose is adamant that it's Mason.
I mean, she knows what she saw, right?
Dmitri says if she finds out anything else, they'll investigate more. He's willing to keep an open mind.
That's good. She needs his support.
Then Rose bumps into Jill Mastrano, a younger student. She's got these weird marks on her.
Marks?
Yeah, and she's not the only one. Others have them too, but not as bad. Jill mentions Mana.
Mana. That doesn't sound good.
Rose's interest is piqued, for sure.
She's got to investigate.
She is. But she's still super stressed, snapping at everyone. She avoids talking to Lissa about the ghost thing, which isn't helping.
Understandable, though. It's heavy stuff.
And Lissa and Adrian keep practicing magic. Christian's there too, but he's so bored. Like he doesn't get it.
He's not really connected to that world, is he?
Rose finally tells Eddie about seeing Mason, and Eddie admits he also thought Mason might be upset that they didn't save him.
Oh, wow. So it's not just Rose.
Eddie says Mason looks sad, like he wanted to tell Rose something.
That's heartbreaking.
Then Christian sees Lissa's aura getting weaker when she uses her healing magic on a plant.
Oh, no. He's using magic, draining her?
He's worried about Rose, thinks she's losing it.
Well, he's not wrong to be concerned.
Rose has another therapy session, this time focused on Lissa and Dmitri. And Deirdre asks if Mason was the right person Rose felt she couldn't have.
Ooh, that's a deep question.
Rose basically ignores her.
Probably too close to home.
So remember that mana thing? Rose finally asks Adrian what it means.
What did he say?
First, he jokes around, says it's Romanian for hand. But then, he gets serious.
Oh.
Turns out his father was secretly involved with a group called Mana,
Seriously?
and Rose wonders if they're attacking royals who don't agree with them.
Whoa, this is getting really complicated.
Then Jesse and Ralph, out of nowhere, they invite Rose to join this super secret group.
A secret society.
It sounds like it. Like they're not happy with how things are.
I wonder what their agenda is.
Rose and Lissa have this deep conversation about their roles, their responsibilities. It's clear they see things differently.
They're from different worlds, really.
True. And in therapy, Deirdre suggests that Rose is seeing Mason because she resents Lissa for all the things she can't have.
That's a tough one.
Rose doesn't buy it, though.
Again, maybe too close to home.
So there's a training exercise, and Rose totally dominates, but then she ends up protecting a weaker novice, Dean.
It's like a reflex for her. Protect the vulnerable.
Meanwhile, Adrian and Christian are still fighting. Christian thinks Adrian and the Queen are working together to keep him and Lissa apart.
Classic love triangle drama.
Christian loses it completely, and Adrian tries to use compulsion on him. You know, that mind control thing?
Oh, wow, really? That's not good.
Rose stops him. She tells Christian about Tatiana's plan to break them up, but she makes it clear that Adrian wasn't in on it.
So she's trying to be the peacemaker?
And then she sees it. Jesse and Ralph using spirit magic on Lissa.
No way, they wouldn't.
They are. And Lissa's in agony. Rose sprints across campus to help her. Lissa's being pulled into this dark magic. Rose tells her to let go, that she'll take it.
She's willing to sacrifice herself. That's
The
intense.
Guardians show up and arrest everyone. Lissa
Yeah.
and Jesse are rushed to the hospital.
Thank goodness they got there in time.
Something crazy happens.
Yeah.
Rose and Dimitri. They have this moment, this look, and they kiss.
Whoa! I did not see that coming.
It's passionate, but doomed. They both know it, but they can't help themselves. What does this mean for them? Their future?
Who knows? But it's definitely going to complicate things.
Good time. Then, bam! Rose bursts into the Dhampir dorms, screaming about Strigoi on campus.
What? Strigoi.
Stan doesn't believe her at first, but then it's chaos, total lockdown. Rose insists on helping and ends up watching over the novices.
She can't just sit around.
Nope. She checks on Lissa through their bond and realizes guarding someone without that connection, it's hard.
Yeah, it's a whole different ballgame.
And she's freaking out about Christian. Doesn't know if he's okay.
Oh, man.
So what does Rose do? She climbs out of her dorm window, goes looking for Christian.
She's so reckless.
It's dangerous, but she doesn't care.
I can't believe she did that.
She finds him, safe. And then Dimitri shows up. He's so relieved to see her, it's obvious. And then the sun rises.
Like a symbol, right? The immediate danger is over.
For now, they find out Eddie was hurt.
Oh, no. Is he okay?
He'll be all right. But the campus is a mess. Daylight schedule, everyone's on edge, and they're having this guardian meeting. Guess who's invited?
Rose! No way!
Yep. Rose is determined to do something, lockdown or not. She knows where they took the captured Moroi and Guardians. Mason told her.
Wait, the ghost told her?
In a vision. Dimitri doesn't believe it at first, but she convinces him to listen. Rose is putting everything aside, even her feelings for Dimitri, to focus on this rescue.
She's on a mission.
And she keeps seeing Mason. It's proof to her that he's real.
It must be comforting in a way, to know she's not imagining things.
Rose goes to her mom, begs her to help with the rescue.
Whoa, her mom! That's a big deal.
At first she says no, it's too dangerous. But Rose is persistent, and eventually she gets her way. Senior novices are allowed to go.
Wow.
Alberta starts planning everything. It's happening.
This...
Rose and Dimitri go to survey the campus. It's somber. You can feel the weight of what happened.
It must be heavy.
Dimitri warns her to be prepared for anything.
Good advice. You never know what you're going to find.
They get to the cave, and it's bad. There's a fire, a cave-in. The Guardians are outnumbered.
Oh, no! This is a trap.
And then, ambush. Strigoi attack. It's brutal.
Oh, my God.
Alan's great.
Bah.
He's killed. Just like Mason.
No, not Alan.
Rose sees Dimitri. He was bitten in the fight.
Bitten. But that means...
They don't know if he's alive, if he needs help, or if he's gone. They can't go back in until sunrise.
This is awful.
Rose's mom lies. Tells her they took Dimitri to get treatment.
Oh, she's trying to protect her.
Rose knows it's a lie, but she understands why her mom did it. But she can't accept it. She has to find Dimitri, even if it means crossing the wards.
She's not giving up.
So she turns to Adrian, begs him to help her get past the wards. She even manipulates him a little.
Wow, she's desperate.
Adrian's Surprisingly vulnerable. He agrees to help, but asks for a chance with Rose when she gets back.
He really does care about her.
Rose is torn between Lissa and Dmitri. Lissa begs her not to go, but Rose has made up her mind. She has to find Dmitri, and then she sees Mason one last time. He says goodbye.
Oh, wow.
Rose knows she's alone now, but she's also determined. She has a feeling, a sense of where to start looking for Dmitri.
So what's the takeaway from all of this? What have we learned about Rose Hathaway?
While her world is intense, relationships, danger, magic, it's all intertwined. She's constantly facing impossible choices. We see the cost of loyalty, the sacrifices she has to make. And, it makes you wonder, what would you do in her place?
I know. What would you do if you had to choose between the person you were bound to protect and the person you loved?
Exactly. What does true loyalty mean? What lines would you cross? It's heavy stuff.
It is.
If you're intrigued, I urge you to check out the books. There's so much more to uncover about Rose, the magic, the fight against the darkness.
Absolutely. There's a whole world waiting to be explored.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.